Living here has been wonderful with a child. It's a great place to have a family. There's always an activity going on year-round.
My parents brought us here when I was 1 year old. My father worked for Kettering City Schools, and they dove into the community and got me involved in the community at an early age. I fell in love with that community. When I married, I moved away because we were in the military, and when it came time to choose a place to live after that part of our lives, there was no question that I would come back to Kettering. One, because of such of the roots that I had here with family and friends, but also because of the programming, the schools, what the community offered with the small town feel. Although it's large enough to have a lot of amenities, you do feel like it's a neighborhood community.
It's impressive how much there is to do in such a relatively small area.
I chose to come back to Kettering. I actually grew up here and have the best childhood memories, whether it was the theater program I was in with the city, or the camps that I attended, or just going to our neighborhood parks. I had a very happy childhood. We just did so many fun things, and I wanted my children to be able to experience some of the same level of community and fun that we had growing up here.
It started about 35 years ago when I moved to the Dayton area. And at that time, Kettering was the place to live, and I made a decision to come here. It turns out that it still is the place to live, and I've been very, very happy to live here for as long as I have.
I moved back to this area knowing full well that we had a quality school system, quality park system, and that I would be home again and involved back into what I considered probably the best place to be born and raised for my own child.
The number of parks, the closeness to just anywhere in Kettering you can find a park that's, you know, a block away.
I can't think of too many places where you have the choices in the parks, arts with the Rosewood Arts Center, the rec centers, the water parks, where there's a wide assortment of things to do.
I have 2 young children, and I feel like especially in the warm months, there's always something to do. There are so many different neighborhood parks that we can pretty much, I mean, there's probably like 6 that we can get to from our house just walking or jogging. And it just provides an free entertainment. The parks do. The splash pad is awesome. So it definitely helps me with the 2 young ones, and a lot of energy in the summer months. In the winter months, there's the ice skating. We've done the indoor pool. There are just a lot of different options.
One of the main things I appreciate now as a parent is the fact that there are so many parks and so many recreation activities for a child of any age.
It's made a good impact on us, just our quality of life. It helps to know that we can get out and do fun things in Kettering and not have to go 20 miles to find a cool place to go.
With Kettering has as many bus stops as they do in the area, it made it a very good place for me to live for transportation reasons. And there were a lot of things in the area that I could push to. I've swam competitively since I was 7, and I've been out of the water for a little bit, but it gave me the opportunity to get back into the water and just reignite a passion that I've always had.
Every park that I have visited, I have enjoyed so much.
My boyfriend has a grandchild who's 3 years old now, and we take her all the time to various parks and just try them out. She just has a fantastic time. I just think that it's great for a community to have so many neighborhood parks, I guess you would call. That just about wherever you live, there's a park within a mile or so of where you live.
This department offers an amazing amount of different activities that enriches every single life, but then it also makes you feel like you're part of a group, like you're part of a community. The actual Parks and Recreation Department gives us an opportunity to enjoy each other, and yet in a safe and healthy environment.
It's very easy to get involved in the City of Kettering's activities or volunteer boards.
I would say to a friend, move to Kettering now.
If you have families with young kids, it allows a lifestyle that's, I think, very family-oriented, very active, very safe, and I'd recommend it to anyone.
I'm probably Kettering's biggest cheerleader just because I've spent most of my life here and love it so much. I would definitely encourage them to come for all the opportunity they have. A lot of the things are free, and what's not free is a very reasonable cost.
A great place for a family to grow up in. couldn't choose a better place. It's a kind of place that, out of experience, my wife and I know that a family could enjoy living here.
So I would just highlight to them all the opportunities that Kettering has, especially for families.
The thing that really stuck in my mind as soon as we moved here was how incredibly friendly people were, and what a great sense of community we felt the minute we walked in. And I think sometimes it's because there are so many opportunities where you can be out and about with your neighbors that I think that makes it such a friendly community.
I like Kettering, and I like to sell it. I like to sell what I like, and Kettering is an easy sell.
Everything is so clean, it's so safe, it's such a happy place.
Being born and raised here, I would probably offer them up the new resident packet that the city offers. I'd be the first one to be handing them a Parks and Recreation book program. I'd be the first one grabbing them by the hand and visiting the local parks, the Kettering Recreation Complex, the Fraze Pavilion, and I would actually probably drag them around and show them what a great place Kettering is to raise a family and to retire.